You know, it's up there almost every night, that constant, silent companion in our sky, the moon. For literally centuries, it's inspired myths and poetry, but beneath all that, there's always been this one, really powerful question.
Have you ever just stopped and wondered what it actually takes to leave our world behind and, set foot on another? Well, in this explainer, we're going to map out that incredible journey from right here on Earth to our closest celestial neighbor. All right, so before we can even think about packing our bags, we have to understand our destination. So first up, let's get properly acquainted with the moon. Not just as that pretty light in the sky, but as a real physical place.
Okay, so it all starts with this simple fact. While it might look like a tiny silver dot from down here, the moon is our absolute closest celestial companion. But, in the vastness of space, what does next door really even mean?
Well, it means this: 384,000 kilometers. That's the gap we have to cross. I mean, to put that into perspective for you, you could fit 30 Earths side by side in that distance. It's that huge empty space that makes the journey one of humanity's greatest ever challenges.
So what's the moon's relationship to us anyway? Well, scientifically, it's our satellite. It's a smaller body that's kind of locked in this gravitational dance with Earth. It's constantly circling our planet, and it completes one full orbit roughly every 28 days. And that right there is why we see its phases change all month long.
And here's a really crucial piece of the puzzle, something that a lot of people don't realize. The moon doesn't make any light of its own. Zero. That beautiful glow we see, it's just secondhand sunlight. The moon is basically a giant, dusty mirror hanging out in space, reflecting the sun's light right back at us.
So we know where it is, and we know what it is. But what would we find if we actually got there? I mean, what's it like to stand on the lunar surface? Let's explore why the moon is truly a world of difference.
This, right here, is the most critical distinction between our world and the moon. Here on Earth, we're surrounded by air and water, the absolute essentials for life as we know it. The moon, it has neither. It's a silent, starkly different, and honestly, a pretty hostile environment. And because there's no air to breathe or water to drink, well, the conclusion is simple. Life just can't exist on the moon. It's a beautiful but totally desolate landscape, and that fundamental truth shapes every single part of the mission. If you want to go there, you have to bring a little piece of Earth with you.
Okay, so we get it. The destination is distant, it's airless, and it's lifeless. So how on earth do you prepare for and pull off a journey to a place like that? Let's get into the nitty-gritty of the trip.
First things first, you need the right crew. We call them astronauts. These are highly trained people who are prepared to go beyond our planet's protective bubble and into the seriously unforgiving emptiness of space.
So what's on the packing list? Well, number one, a rocket. A seriously powerful one that's strong enough to literally break free from Earth's gravity. Number two, a spacesuit. Think of it as your own personal, wearable spacecraft. It protects you from the vacuum of space and those insane temperature swings. And three, an oxygen supply, because you've got to have that life support system to survive where there is no air.
Now, getting to the moon isn't just some theory or a sci-fi fantasy, right? It's history. People have actually done this. So for our final section, let's talk about the incredible pioneers who turned this wild challenge into a reality.
I mean, think about it. For all of human history, it was just a dream. People would just look up and wonder. But then, in 1969, that dream became real. The Apollo 11 mission carried 3 astronauts to the moon, and one of them was about to take a step that would change our world forever. It all kicked off with Neil Armstrong's one small step in 1969, but that was just the beginning of a whole new era of exploration. The path he created was followed by other amazing pioneers. In 1997, you have Kalpana Chawla, who became the first Indian woman in space, inspiring an entire nation. And then in 2007, Sunita Williams just pushed the limits of human endurance, spending 6 whole months in orbit. And you absolutely cannot forget Rakesh Sharma. In 1984, he became the very first Indian citizen to journey into space. He was part of the Soviet space program, earning the title of cosmonaut. And he proved that the dream of space wasn't just limited to 1 or 2 countries anymore.
So, what a trip! We've gone from Earth to the moon, we've looked at what it takes to get there, and we've honored the people who actually made it happen. So let's bring it all home and do a super quick summary of the key takeaways from our journey.
All right, so let's recap the big stuff. The moon looks so small simply because it's incredibly far away. It's a lifeless world, no air, no water, which means any trip there needs a seriously powerful rocket. And of course, we remember the pioneers who made it all possible, from Neil Armstrong's historic first steps to the incredible trailblazing journeys of Kalpana Chawla and Sunita Williams.
So we know the science, and we know some of the amazing history, but that still leaves one final question, doesn't it? After all this time, after everything we've learned, why does that silvery orb in the sky still capture our imagination so much? What is it about the moon that still calls to us?